Good evening, my dear believers. Welcome to the Bedtime Priest channel. I am your priest, your night watchman, and your bedtime guide. On this channel, we will delve into stories that are both thrilling and chilling. But fear not, for even as the shadows from the stories roam the night, my voice will be with you, offering comfort and protection. Now, let's dim the lights, snuggle into our warm beds, and embark on tonight's thrilling journey. Are you ready? Let us together step into the world of Bedtime Priest. My fingers slowly and tremulously glided along the base of my hairline, the strange protuberance sending a chill down my spine. It felt like a rough skin tag, yet I had hardly noticed its presence every time I tied my hair. This time, driven by an instinctive curiosity, I couldn't resist aiming my phone at the back of my neck, desperate to see what it was. On the screen appeared the top of a zipper, the metallic gleam causing my heart to constrict. It was a darker shade than my skin, carrying an eerie, dull hue that seemed not to belong to normal skin. I held my breath in shock, my fingers involuntarily reaching back to gently touch it. The texture was smooth and cold, like metal, yet more pliable, akin to skin, but not quite. My rational mind screamed for me to seek a doctor's confirmation of its existence, but an irresistible impulse seized me. I tentatively grasped the top of the zipper and gently tugged it downwards, experiencing no pain, as if this zipper was inherently a part of me. A sense of guilt faintly surfaced in my mind, yet my fingers continued to disobey, pulling the zipper down several inches until my skin split naturally to the sides, devoid of blood, like meticulously cut fabric being peeled apart. In that instant, I heard my husband Tony's footsteps approaching the bathroom from our bedroom. Panicking, I slammed the door shut and locked it, my heart pounding like thunder within my chest. My breathing was ragged, unwilling for him to witness this bizarre act. It was as if a seed of fear had taken root within me. The existence of the zipper was terribly amiss, and the unknown beneath it filled me with deep dread. "Ellie, what are you doing in there?" Tony's voice, laced with confusion, came from outside the door as he tried the doorknob. I replied in a trembling voice, I'm still using it." I could hear the slight quiver in my own voice. Tony's voice turned impatient. "Can you hurry up? I really need to use the bathroom." "No," I said firmly. "Use the bathroom downstairs." As I spoke, an inexplicable emotion welled up inside me, a mix of fear and a barely perceptible anger. He paused, seemingly annoyed by my attitude, then asked in a low voice, "What's wrong with you? Is everything okay?" "I'm fine," I shouted, the sharpness in my voice surprising even myself. The brief silence that followed was heavy, filled with hurt silence. He seemed to be waiting for an explanation, an apology from me, but I said nothing. Eventually, his footsteps faded away, descending the stairs, and I felt a mix of relief and indescribable fear. Once I was sure he had left, I returned to the mirror, taking deep breaths to calm myself. However, when my gaze fell back on the zipper, I was shocked to see a dark liquid dripping from it. The liquid was so black it could hardly be blood. I gently touched it, feeling its warm, viscous texture seeping into my fingertips. Upon closer inspection, I noticed faint golden specks within the liquid, as if some mysterious metal was glittering in the dark. This sent a shiver down my spine, as if the seepage held some unknown secret. Tony knocked on the door impatiently again. "Ellie, what's wrong with you? Why won't you answer me?" I snapped back to reality, my gaze shifting from the black liquid on my hand to the bathroom door. His voice grew increasingly angry. "Ellie, what are you doing in there? He banged on the door, his tone revealing an uncontrollable impatience. "How long are you going to torment me?" I wasn't tormenting him. He was the one tormenting me. This had nothing to do with him. Why did he always have to be this way? Always entangled over trivial matters. I was truly fed up with this man. My emotions grew increasingly complex, a tapestry of anger and helplessness. I felt trapped between the strange zipper and Tony's coercion. Standing in front of the mirror again, I suppressed the fear in my heart and decided to pull down more of the zipper to see what was hidden within me. The zipper continued downward, black liquid slowly dripping from the opening, trailing down my spine. At the same time, something beneath my spine was pushing outward, like a fetus stretching its fist within the womb. I watched in horror as the protrusion distorted my neck and back. I knew that whatever it was, it wanted out, yearning to break free from its skin confinement. I continued to lower the zipper, hardly daring to blink, until it reached my shoulders. Suddenly, a rustling sound emerged from the opening, as if something was wriggling inside. For a moment, I even thought I saw swarms of tiny spiders crawling out from between the zipper teeth, but they vanished the moment I blinked. I felt a chill spread across my body, an indescribable fear taking root deep within me. My hands trembled with intense anxiety, wanting to close the zipper, but unable to. At that moment, a smooth hand slowly emerged from the opening, covered in the dark liquid. I screamed in terror. The hand casually shook off some of the liquid and then firmly grasped the zipper. At that moment, Tony's voice came from outside the door. "Ellie, are you hurt?" His voice carried a hint of anxiety, but I was powerless to respond. The hand continued to pull the zipper, and I couldn't help but kneel, unable to resist this irresistible pull. The zipper was pulled down my shoulder blades and then all the way down to the middle of my back, to my waist. My skin split open like a cocoon, peeling away on either side. After a while, a leg emerged, stretching out from within me like a dancer. Then another leg. They bent backward, and now both feet were planted on the floor. Finally, a complete figure slowly materialized from within me. She stood before me, firmly planted on the floor, her long hair damp and clinging to her body, still dripping with the black liquid. I crawled backward, my gaze filled with horror as I took her in. She was naked, shrouded in darkness, a sinister smile on her face. "Almost forgot something," she whispered, her voice mine, yet tinged with an unfamiliar coldness. She reached into the rift in my back. It was the first time I felt pain, an excruciating heat like a scalding knife piercing my body. My vision darkened, and I nearly lost consciousness until she pulled her hand out. I stared blankly at the object in her hand, a kitchen knife, sharp and chilling. Why was there a kitchen knife inside me? She examined the knife, her smile unchanged, as if this was what she had been waiting for. Outside, Tony's knocking grew more urgent, filled with anger and unease. The figure noticed the commotion and turned, facing the door, a calm and cunning smile on her face. "No!" I weakly pleaded, my voice barely audible. I knew what she intended to do, and I knew that her intentions mirrored my deepest, darkest desires. She set down the knife, walked towards the mirror, and gracefully wiped away the black liquid from her face. She glanced at me and said, "Wait quietly, I'll be back after I'm done." I hugged my knees in despair, tears silently rolling down my cheeks, sobbing, unable to stop her. She picked up the knife, roughly unlocked the door, and gently opened it, revealing a cold smile. Tony stood outside, stunned, his voice filled with confusion. "Ellie?" His voice was deep and trembling. She slowly closed the door behind her. The story has come to a pause. my dear believers. I wonder if you're feeling a bit of a shiver right now. But remember, no matter how unsettling the tales may be, your priest is right here, guarding your dreams. So don't be afraid. Close your eyes and drift off to sleep peacefully. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can join me every night. Good night, and may God bless you with sweet dreams.